Now, this right here is what you call a proper article. This right here is what you call journalistic standards. I've just done a video on the World Boxing News allegations and the LDBC allegations that Anthony Joshua's been getting hurt in sparring again. Now, them allegations made by World Boxing News have no credibility. Not because, oh, YB, you're trying to suck AJ off, but based on the fact that they don't name no names, don't give no information whatsoever, just pure hot air. No, allegedly, Anthony Joshua was troubled in sparring. We can't tell you who troubled him. We can't tell you who told us that he was troubled, but all we know is he was troubled. Oh, that kind of BS. However, this one right here from the Daily Mail, not no World Boxing News. Who are they? Who are they? I don't even know who runs that shop. What we do know is Daily Mail is a proper organisation, yeah? And not only are they a proper organisation, the Daily Mail are bringing to you a named source. Not we can't tell you who told us, not we don't know who did it. Thomas Motton, who not only is the named source for the Daily Mail, we also know categorically via pictures, via AJ's social media himself, that AJ has been in camp with Thomas Motton. Yeah, Daily Mail have got Thomas Motton's quotes, have interviewed Thomas Motton, and he has reported the following. Anthony Joshua has floored several of his sparring partners, with some having to be sent home after getting blown away. Knocked spark out. This AJ ain't playing. I'm telling you now, you members, never mind AJ's fight, you members best clip your seatbelts in right now, because we're about to go all the way in, factually speaking. Not, AJ was troubled in sparring, but we can't tell you when who when why, can't tell you anything, but he was troubled. LDBC. At least now we know World Boxing News is ran by the PBC cabal, and actually, just quickly, we have evidence. In fact, let me say that for another video. Bottom line is, we have evidence now. World Boxing News is ran by Al Heyman and PBC. Facts. 1,000,000% facts. Let's carry on with this article anyway. So Daily Mail has reported what I've just talked about. AJ is on fire, murking all of his sparring partners. No one's safe there. People have been sent home, sent packing, and that's from a man inside the camp, not the YB trying to drum up whatever speculation. Pure facts. Let me read to you the quotes here anyway. Here we go. So this is from Thomas Motton. There have been guys here, I don't want to say any names, but I've seen guys come into camp, get blown away, and sent home that same week, he said. AJ's not messing about, and honestly, I feel scared for RUIZ now, because, yeah, we've seen parts of AJ's attitude evolving into his final form. We've heard him saying, listen, all you fake-ass bandwagon dons, best get on your knees where you belong and start blessing me when I knock out this bum. And you got all these goofy, wannabe, I don't know what you call them. Oh, AJ should be humble. AJ must give no, that's what he must do. He must be truly ferocious, yeah? If you want to be all goofy and whatever else afterwards, do as you please. You've earned that right. However, in the ring, there's no time for goofy. There's no time for humbly. It's ruthlessly. That's the only lean in the ring on that in any particular night. And AJ's learned that now. All this other stuff, all the promotional business, all that other whatever it is exactly that, whatever it is. On the fight, it's a very particular. In fact, competition in general, getting in there and competing, it's another kettle of fish. There's a reason you have people like Hatman who never had the bottle, who could never had it, never will. They don't understand bottle. There's people like Dave Allen, never had it, never will have it, doesn't have the bottle to know how to go in there and get the job done under the lights. Always got excuses. Oh, coulda, woulda, shoulda. I'll do it next time. They don't know how to do it. Yeah, Hatman, same kind of don, doesn't appreciate the finer things in elite competitive athletes. He just don't get it. It goes right over his head. It's not his fault. Yeah? Same way it's not really Dave Allen's fault. They're just the way they are. They're beta males essentially. But anyway, let me go on. The next thing Timothy Motton said. He's dropped a few of his sparring partners and he's rocked a lot. AJ is by far the hardest hitter I've been in the ring with, and that's just, I don't even need to really add anything to that statement, but it's a fact, yeah? AJ has the most deadly inside shots in the game. Simple. No one don't have no inside shots like AJ does. He will open up Wilder like a can of old cheap beans. Clean, open him up clean. Yeah? You know when you, on a serious note, you know when you use a tin can opener and you open a can up and it pops at the end, that last little bit of metal pops. That's how AJ's going to pop Wilder open. If he ever dares get in there, which he won't. The next thing Motton said was this. Almost every session, I ask AJ how he's doing, what he's thinking, Motton says. AJ says to me, ready, ready. Mentally, AJ's in a good place. I can see that in his eyes. He's got a focus I've not seen before. Motton believes that losing to Ruiz has awoken up the monster in Joshua. This is what I've been trying to tell people, man. The monster's in there. It's been bubbling. You've got a few moist dons who have suppressed the monster, but this loss it seems to have woken him right up. Yeah? He's ready to put someone's quint right in for them. Next thing he says. I think he may have needed that... Here we go. He's saying the same thing. I think he may have needed that wake-up call. He needed to get that hunger back. And I'm telling you, it's there again, the American says. Now, this is beautiful. This is music to my ears because not only me, but many people have speculated. And it's a natural thing to do. We don't know AJ from Adam, so all we have is speculation. But I'm glad someone who isn't an internet don, someone who is with AJ, or has been with AJ day in, day out, is saying these things. Yeah? The monster is awakened. And he's there. He's been seen. He's been in there with him. Yeah? Many people, he could come out and say no comment, as an example. Or he could come out and just say the standard stuff. Yeah, AJ's in a good way. Yeah, AJ's good. He's not saying that. See, that makes sense. That's an example. Many sparring partners will say things like, oh, he's in the best shape ever. And you know what I mean? Like standard stuff. This ain't no standard stuff. He's going into depth here. He's explaining things. Talking about how, oh, I think AJ might have needed the loss actually because he's woken the monster up. See what I mean? That there, in my opinion, is adding more context. It's not the general, you know what? Oh, you know what I mean? It's not that standard answer everyone gives. Oh, he's in the best shape ever, and oh, you know what I mean? It's actually saying things which he's saying things which he's actually observed, not the typical sparring partner rhetoric which everyone says because they're almost obliged to say it. He's saying things which actually is realistic, and that actually explains what's gone on, the truth, the facts. Anyway, Motton goes on. AJ's got that warrior's spirit. His mentality is to destroy. He is like a focused caged lion, and when the time is right, he will unleash. Man, this right here is music to my ears. I don't know about you, man, but this right here is music. It's musically, yeah? It's preaching. In fact, I got a new name for Thomas Motton. His new name is Thomas the Preacher Motton. That's what he's doing. He's preaching, yeah? He's holding court. He's holding the service for December 7th. In fact, that's what it's going to be, the service, yeah? Andy Ruiz is getting serviced on December 7th. And he's looking a little rusty. I think he needs a good MOT and service. Anyway, listen. Let me check if there's any more quotes to read out. I think that might be it. No, we got more. Listen, your boy Motton's got more to say. Listen, this ain't the standard. I don't care what no one says. This right here is not the standard sparring partner rhetoric. My man's got bag of words to say. You don't have if AJ, do you think, yeah, if AJ was really getting spar codings training and all looking really bad, do you think someone would come out and be able to speak this passionately? I'm sorry, I don't believe it. Yeah, of course he might be able to come out and say, oh, AJ's in the best shape ever, and oh yeah, you know what I mean, all them goofy things. But as it pertains to this kind of detail, it just seems way too, what's the word? You'd have to be really smart. Someone within AJ's team would have had to have sat Motton down and read out and planned all this. It's just way too complicated, in my opinion. It doesn't make no sense. End of the day, if AJ and Eddie Hearn are going to cash out, they wouldn't need Thomas Motton to talk a whole load of rubbish to the Daily Mail, would they? I don't think, anyway. This is, in my opinion, it's convincing. And as always, the great thing is, we haven't got long to wait now. We'll soon see if Thomas Motton was talking pure air or not. 4 or 5 days now. In fact, 5 days right now, the fight will be on. In fact, more or less be finished by now. AJ will have 9:40 on Saturday night. AJ will have Ruiz's lifeless head in his hand and be holding up to the crowd. And you'll just see the pig, the gammon, the glazed gammon. That's what. In fact, Ruiz will be laid flat, and what AJ will do, AJ will stand over his body, his lifeless body, and then pick his head off the floor and raise it, pick his head clean off the floor. Ruiz with X's on his eyes. Anyway, what Martin says next. There's always a point in every Andy Ruiz fight where he reverts to that Mexican background, and he is ready to bang. We saw that with AJ in the first fight. When AJ floored him, he was hurt, and that Mexican style came out. AJ has been sparring a Mexican heavyweight, Elvis Garcia, who is exactly the same. That's more or less it now. Anyway, man, listen. All I know is I've got some more videos coming. I'm happy to have read this stuff because it's all coming. This is all coming around one big circle, man. And every bit, or most of the information I'm receiving now is highly positive to the attitude, which I believe is going to make him win the fight. He talks about going back to his instincts. He talks about being more ferocious. These are all the things that we've all wanted. Yeah, not because I want to see a tear up. I'm not one of them fans who, on a serious note, I care about AJ getting the most out of himself and performing to his full ability. If that isn't enough, I'm happy to put my hands in the air. What's frustrated me in the past has been, I've felt that he isn't getting the most out of his ability, whether it be his team or whatever it is. I haven't felt he's using his full ability. Yeah. But now it's all coming through nicely. It's coming through nicely as it can be. I'm not sure what more, as fans, what more we could expect to be hearing now. This is on point. Yeah, we've got not an anecdote, but we've got information from someone within his team, and they're saying all the right things. That's what we do know. AJ ain't taking no prisoners. That's another thing. AJ's talked about his going in there with a prison mentality. I've never been to prison myself, but I assume that there is that's along the right lines, certainly. Yeah, a get it or don't get it mentality. One of them ones there. Anyway, big shout out to my dog Pato B. I'm coming through and maxing out the Patreon. My dog. Anyone else who wants to do the same and wants to receive exclusive content, be in contact with the YB, interact with the YB, patreon.com/the YB, and your boy, catch you there. Leave it.